All right, you guys, sorry about that. I'm back. Okay. I'm back. Had to go turn off that Alexa. And then I'm out of breath. Then I had to run outside, and I do an eBay business, and I had to, you know, put my flag up and all that, and so that I get my pickup. Anyway, sorry about that. Now I'm all out of breath. Okay. So we left off with splattering. We need to dry the splatter. So let's do some drying. Look how beautiful this is looking. This is just looking so mystical. All right, we're going to add another layer of collage bits. And these won't be covered up as much. I will just run like a beigey, whitey beigey color over them. Like a little glaze over these. And this is what I'm talking about. Little pieces like this. I'm not sure yet. We're going to play for a second. Okay, we don't want that big a piece. These might be focal points on this other side. Okay, yeah. Oh, these two, these three, nope, these two. What we're going to end up doing is, on this side is going to be our girl. After we color her, we're going to color her up. I'm going to shrink her down to 5x7, because in my fun kit, you'll get her in a 5x7. So I'm going to have her shrunk up in a 5x7, and in a whole 5x7, we'll put her on this page, okay? And over on this page, we're going to do a little collage that'll go with her. But we're not going to do that yet. I want to do some background collaging still. So this right here is going to be considered focal point collage, and we're going to collage our girl on. So these are focal points, okay? These are pre-focal points. I'm going to add some of these things on. Okay. And you're probably confused going, what? So, you know what? Let me just do instead of talking about it. That usually works out better. Doesn't that work out better in life, period? To actually do the damn thing instead of talking about it? Yeah. People understand when they see you doing it than when you just talk and talk and talk. So I'm cutting out, these were Dollar Tree calendars. These are the little squares on the back of the calendar that show you like what the calendar pages look like. Well, I collected them because I think they're fabulous. See? And they have little messages on them. Like this one says, fortune favors the brave. Bravery will lead you to your destiny, which I totally believe. Wild at heart, free spirit. Look at that. These are fabulous. And then a lot of times what I like to do is I like to make copies of these so that I always have them. So the back of the calendar has all the little squares for the samples. A lot of times I make copies of them. And this is a copy. Just so I always have it, because I like the little pictures, so I want to keep them. So I try to make a habit of whatever I like, I go right on my copier and make a copy of it. This will be pretty. These are just going to be collaged into the background here and there. Maybe like that. And this like this. This like that, And I need a couple more. These weren't the colors I wanted, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers, because I'm not going to go back through my pile of stuff over there. So I'm still cutting. Okay. And we'll use this one. Should we use this one? We'll use them both. I'm trying to stay away from like the middle, because the middle is more where I'm going to be putting my focal points. And I do want these to appear a little bit, not to be completely covered up. If they're covered up a little bit, I'm good with that. But not completely covered up. Okay, so do I want this one or not? Hope you guys like watching my brain work. Some people might be irritated, like, girl, we don't want to see all that. But anyway, maybe that one will go down here. Okay, so now we need to get our collage glue back out. Check my camera, make sure you guys are still with me. Yes, you are. So very good. All right, so let's get our collage medium stuff out, our glue, and let's start gluing these pieces down. Oh, and I don't have time to like wait for this to dry, so I'm not going to do my gluing down where I glue down, paste it, and then I put glue on top. For the sake of time, I'm going to use a magazine and only glue it on the bottom on the magazine and then put it down, not putting glue on top, because I don't have time for drying. Oh, and also I am not going to use, the glue I'm going to use is this, Eileen's Tacky, because these right here are calendar pieces and they're a lot thicker. So I always go to like Eileen's Tacky when I'm gluing down thicker types of magazine bits or cardstock. If any of your collage bits are thicker, they're going to glue down a lot better with Eileen's Tacky than they will with any of your collaging mediums. So when the paper's thick, it's just a lot harder to glue down. And if you've done this type of work before, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean. Especially if you want to glue down some like cardstock type of stuff. Oh my god, Eileen's Tacky's the bomb. Different glues for different things. That's why I don't knock any glue. There's a reason for all glues. Like, some people hate glue sticks, but you know what? If you think about it, there's a place and time for a glue stick. If you need immediate adhesion and you're not dealing with plastic or metal, it's paper or fabric, something like that, hot glue is the bomb. Okay. So let me keep gluing these pieces down. And the magazine I'm using as a gluing surface is a free magazine that I get from the grocery store. It's called Las Vegas Weekly. It's a great magazine. Always look at your free magazines that you see at the grocery store on your way out. They're great for the background pieces like we used for the collage bits, but they're also good. There's a lot of good focal points you can get for free out of those magazines. And those magazines cost you $0. And they're great as a glue surface, like I'm using right now. So, and so what you can do when you're done with that page, so you don't make a mess, there's all the glue surface. Just turn your page, bam, now you have a new glue surface. So it keeps things nice and clean and easy. You don't have glue everywhere. Now, I know these are showing up majorly. They're going to be taken back into the background a little bit more in a second, but not as deeply as these are in the background. Or I said these are semi-focal points. That's what I like to call them. They're semis. Okay. Always look at Dollar Tree every year when they start to get their calendars out, because they have some beautiful calendars with some beautiful images. Even the calendar pages are gorgeous, and you can use those as focal points or use it in your mixed media. So always pay attention when they bring out their calendars. I think they bring their calendars out. When do they bring them out? Right after the summer, I think? I don't know. I think so. They bring them out kind of early. They bring them out like 5 or 6 months before the year ends, so. And they're so pretty that they go fast. I do have to say, last year's calendars weren't as pretty as the years before. But, you guys, I have collected so many Dollar Tree calendars. Oh, my goodness. Like, the ones I like, I'll go, like, 4 or 5 deep on them. Is that overkill? Yeah. But, at the same time, it was $1. And it's for my art, so. How I look at it, if it was a Tim Holtz thing or something else like that, you wouldn't be able to get it that cheap. He has images too that he sells, and you're not getting them for a whole calendar full for $1. So, I mean, I only go 4 or 5 deep on calendars of the ones I really like the images. Those I go crazy on. So I have to like at least 75% of the pictures to stock up that much. Okay, you know what? I need a little bit more glue on this. I also store my Eileen's Tacky upside down. Another little tip. Because it's so damn thick, that glue, that you need, the Eileen's is so thick that it really doesn't come out very easily. But it does if you store it upside down. Okay, let's get this configured here. All right, come on, last piece. All right. Wipe my hands of any stickiness. Also, I'm going to wipe around the area to make sure that there's no stickiness glue around that's seeped out. Because I want to move on with the next step. I don't have time for things to dry or for stickiness. Okay, so again, I take that magazine, I use it as a glue surface, right? Just turn the page, bam, now you have a new glue surface for the next time. So, it's fabulous. What the heck is this? Oh, that doesn't belong there. Okay. Next. What are we doing next? Okay, just a second, you guys. I gotta do a little bit of house cleaning here. I got little bits of stuff everywhere. Okay. All right, that goes like that, so I know where I'm at. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, let me check the time, make sure you guys are still there. Yes, you are. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to, like I said, we're going to take a little bit of a beigey white color. Let me find some beige. I should have pulled it already, but it's okay. I found it. I want to use that, or I want to use this cameo pink. I'm going to test out both of these. I'm going to add a little cameo pink to white and this little beige color to white to see what we want to do. test them both out. Okay. So I took a little bit of white paint right here like that, and I'm going to take a little bit of this pink here, add it to this white. I'm going to take a little bit of this beigey brown color, add it to this white. All right, just a second. This is kind of dried out. Let me find a brush that I want to use for this. Not my watercolor brushes. There we go. Use this. Oh, actually, those aren't watercolor brushes. Okay, anyway. That's a pretty cool beigey color. So we're just trying to get like a little beigey color there. And then let's get a little bit of this pinky white color over here. Oh, if I'm going to use this, it has to have a little more white added to it. Just a really light color. Let's see what with this pinky color. Oh, I like this one. This is the one we're going to use. And before this dries, let's just take the baby wipe and kind of do a little cleanup around it of any excess. Okay. So you can still see through it. If you end up covering too much at all, you can just wipe it back with your baby wipe and kind of clean up the edges a little bit. I'm just wiping back just a little bit because I got a little bit too much coverage right there. So I'm trying to put like a nice little pinky haze over this, over all of these little images, so it knocks them back a little bit. Sometimes you need like a little beigey white type of color to knock them back, but as soon as I put the pink on there, the white with a little pink mixture, it was like perfect. So this is the one that I used right here, white with a little pink. So it's just a very light little pink, and it knocked those images back. See, so now they look like they're more into the background, but you can still see them. And if I feel like anything needs to be knocked back a little bit, I'll just take a baby wipe and take off some of that white paint if I just want to see a little bit more of that image, which I'm doing to, there we go, all of them. There we go. Let me see what you guys are seeing. Yeah, loving that. Okay, we'll put that down there. Let's dry these. Okay, now I want to show you something. You can use any of these. If you have a watercolor black pencil, these are both watercolor pencils. If you have watercolor, if you have some water-soluble crayons, this is Jane Davenport's. This is a Faber-Castell water-soluble. Or if you have a oil pastel. Now, if you're using an oil pastel, I'd wait till the end to do what I'm going to do right now, because you're going to glue stuff on top of here, and if the oil pastel may interrupt with gluing on top of it. So what I'm doing now, if you only have an oil pastel, wait till the end to do this. Okay, but I want to show you, I'm only going to do a couple of these, and then we'll do the rest at the end. I'm going to choose this watercolor pencil. This is Blick's watercolor pencil, I believe. Anyway, I want to go around my images and do a little smokiness around each one. This is the watercolor pencil. And when I'm going around images, I really like the watercolor pencil or Stabilo, because you can get right up to the edge. Unlike if you use this, it's just a little bit harder to get up to the edge, but you can still do it. It's just not as easy. When the bigger ones, I like to use to go around and edge out the whole piece, which is what we'll do in a minute. Wet your finger and just kind of go around each piece. You're just creating some shading around all these pieces. You're giving it a little frame. Okay, let's do it to this one over here. If you're going to use an oil pastel, you don't need to wet your finger, you just have to rub hard, and I would wait until the end to do this, because it might be hard to glue over the oil pastel, the images that we're still going to glue over all of this. So I'll finish this up on camera, going around the rest of these, okay? See what that does? It puts it in the background, but it's like I said, they're pre-focal points. And shading them gives them a little bit more importance and gives them some framing. So I really like that. What time do we have? Okay, we only have a few more minutes on this video. We're going to come back on the next video. I'm going to cut these out a little bit better. And these are going to be focal points that we're going to put on this page, which I think is going to be fabulous. So I'm going to cut these out a little bit nicer. We'll have these as focal points like this. I may have another one to add to it. And then again, we will take our watercolor pencil and go around all these for our focal points on this side. I'm probably going to do it like this, and maybe then stamp something that says "Be your own kind of beautiful," and stamp something for a message. So we'll see when we come back how we work that. Also, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little color series where we color up our girl. Okay, so that'll be the next time we come back, is coloring her up. That'll be 1 or 2 videos of coloring her up, and after we color her up, we'll make a 5x7 print of her, put her on this side, and do a collage on this side. So it'll be a little beautiful, magical, mystical world like we always like to create. And that is it for this video. You guys, if you haven't joined our magical little place on Facebook, come join the group. You can come and post any of your work. And I think everyone's an artist, whether you are a mixed media artist, a crafter, if you do knitting, sewing, whatever you do, come post your art on our channel, be part of the community. It's very inspirational over there. Everyone is so sweet and nice. I won't allow for anything else, of course. All the information below will be, you can click on where it says Facebook group. There's a Facebook for my personal Facebook, but there's a Facebook group. Make sure you click on the group part, and it's a clickable link. Okay, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up, that'd be great. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Make sure you share this video if you like it. Tell your friends, okay? Mention it in the next one of your videos. And I appreciate it, and I'll touch you guys in the next one. Bye!